Hey kids, you trying to get into Segment City? Well, you really shouldn't, because Segment City is a mature podcast, and listener discretion is advised. I'm just trying to look at... I know I'm in an alleyway. I know how I look, but I got some fireworks for you kids. I got snakes and I got sparklers. That's all I got. Oh, don't give me that.
I did a good deed last week, Theo.
Oh, what a mitzvah. He's finally becoming a man.
A good business deed.
A good business deed. It's not a humanitarian deed.
No.
It's not a good ecological deed. No, it's good for the capitalist society we're a part of.
It was 4 brownie points to a certain extent, but also because I have a certain skill set.
Did you sell lemonade and donate the profits to orangutans? That's a good business deed.
I handed the bills to them myself.
I said to them, I don't know what to do with this, but you'll figure it out. I trust your big hands and your long arms. Somehow your long arms are making it very easy for me. I barely have to even extend my hand. You're doing all the work here.
Orangutans are wise, and I feel like they would take the money, and I'd be like, I feel like they have plans for this money. And they would go,
They would take the money and look real wise, and then you turn back and they've ripped it up and they've eaten it.
Yeah, they've shit on it and they've eaten it. And I would be like, not as wise as I remember.
So you did a good business deed for the brownie points, for the karma.
For brownie points, because there was National Bring Your Kids to Work Day.
Yeah.
Last Thursday in our work.
It's a little weird
in our timeline.
Weird time of life to have that happen, huh?
Yeah, I feel like it was
National Bring your kid into daddy's office or mommy's office day.
Yeah. You know how I've been kicking you out all this time? Well, now I'm letting you in to really confuse you. So that actually does a little bit factor into the story. So I used to teach kids at a summer camp how to program, and they wanted somebody from the engineering department that was how to code for kids.
Okay.
It was only like a 30 to 45 minute thing. That's how they pitched it to me. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to teach them anything in that time. Like, I spent a week, I would teach like a whole week's thing, and the kids wouldn't understand programming then. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to do a thing that's how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which is a basic, like, kids give me directions and I act like the computer, and they have to be very specific. And it's very fun because they're like, put the peanut butter on the bread. And so you put the jar of the peanut butter on the bag of bread, and I'm like, am I done yet? And they laugh. They have a good time.
They laugh. They cry.
They laugh. They cry. Cats. And so my work, like, I was interacting with a person, and they kept on saying things to me that really, like, started, like, upping the ante in my mind and getting me more and more stressed, because I was like, I'll handle this. And then they're like, yeah, so can you, like, record the call? And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And they're like, take a picture with all the people, like a screenshot with all the people on it so we can post it to social media. And I was like, okay. And they're like, and then in a different discussion, they're like, yeah, so, like, the Zoom calls can get, or not the Zoom calls, like, I forget what program we're
using, WebEx or like, something. Yeah,
it was it can get to like 250 people. I don't think we're gonna get to that. And I was just like, huh? I don't know how I'm gonna handle 200 kids. I'm gonna be honest. So I got on the call. I'm sweating. I've been preparing. I'm ready. 2 kids show up.
Nice.
And it was great. It was perfect.
That's great.
And so it was like a fun time. I didn't learn either of the kids' names, which is fine.
You didn't, because
I tried to say one of their names because they had the name underneath, and the girl went, "That's my mom's name," and I was like, "Oh, okay, sorry."
I like it. She got so offended. She's like, "How dare you refer to me as mother? I am not mother."
Her mother was there, and the mother just went, "I'm sorry," like, just mouthed it to me, and I was like, "It's chill, whatever."
I feel like for a little bit in kids' lives, like, they're cute and people are like happy about them. Like, strangers are like, "Oh, what a cute kid," and then there's like the break-in period where you're like, "My kid is actively bad," and then there's the acceptance where you just start apologizing to everyone all the time.
I did happen to I know I created a problem for the parent because I ran out of material very quickly, which I didn't anticipate because I was like, it's 45 minutes. I'll just do the peanut butter and jelly.
I swear, I had like an hour and a half of material. I don't know what happened.
It's a tough crowd. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna use Scratch, which is a great program for if you want to teach your kids. It's like blocks, and you can create there's a cat, and you can make animations. You can put in your own stuff. You can make little games. It's cool. It's fun. The same girl figured out how to make the cat meow, and I heard meow 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 on the other side of the call, and I was like, that poor mother. I know what I've just done to her.
I've created a monster.
I have created a monster, but that girl the entire time, because the other girl was very nice, lovely, just like a little bit quiet. The the one girl with the meow meow meow, she's just munching on dry graham crackers the entire fucking time.
I'll be honest with you. Great snack. I do that during meetings.
Are you
pretty
kidding
often.
me? What?
Dude, honey graham crackers are bomb. You know those like Teddy Grahams that we used to have as kids? Teddy Grahams that are just like little tiny bear shapes.
Yeah, Teddy Grahams. Teddy Grahams are great.
Turns out a graham cracker is just like a sheet-sized Teddy Graham. It's like an adult-sized Teddy Graham.
I will argue that there's a different amount of coating of like the honey part of the.
That's fair, but also graham crackers are just great. They're great.
She's munching at 4:30, and I'm like, and then they're like the entire time munching.
She
in my
didn't mute her.
No.
Hey kid, get on your fucking Zoom etiquette.
The parents are gone, by the way. At this point, they were fucking there. I'm the babysitter.
They heard "take your kid to work day," and in their mind, they said, "My kid has already been at my work for the past 13 months. I get a day off."
Yes. And so we get to the climax of my fun story. Close to the beginning when I'm just kind of like doing fun little shticks. We're doing the peanut butter and jelly thing. The girl looks at the camera and just goes, "You're a clown."
You are a fucking clown.
I was like, what? She's like,
your ego was like,
because
major blow.
Because imagine being in a business setting in a meeting and somebody just goes, "Will, you're a clown."
Yeah, on a Zoom call. Someone says,
like, you would get blasted out of your body like Doctor Strange.
Oh my God.
Because that means you're incompetent, you're an idiot. But then she goes, "You're funny, like a clown." And I was like, like a fucking so I had to like get back and nope.
You had to reassert yourself into your physical into the physical realm.
I was like, oh, well, I think that like at my age, clowns are a little bit creepy. And then she looks at me like I'm a fucking psychopath.
That's because
like, she gives me like a, what are you talking about? Everyone loves clowns. And I was like, what? You
can't suggest to a child that a clown isn't a fun treat.
I've seen the movie It.
Yeah, but hey, Will, the child hasn't seen the movie It.
And she has not grown up. She's like,
yeah,
I pay my taxes.
Okay, for the next 15 minutes, I had programming planned, but instead we're going to watch the opening scene of It. All right? You fucking asked us for this.
Listen, we talked last week about scary scenes in movies. We don't get enough of those. Those kids are watching Frozen. There's no trauma. I know the parents die, but you don't see it on screen.
Yeah, show me that scene. Cowards.
I get Disney. Come on. Where's the petition? I want that signed. I want to see those parents dead.
Jesus. This took a dark turn.
I'm sorry. Welcome to Segment City, the darkest alley in a very brightly lit city most of the time.
Oh my God. I'm
Will Kane, a clown, apparently.
And I'm Theo Sapakos, here to make sure that Will stays in his cage, the clown cage.
Okay. I'll be in the cage if you need me.
You can podcast from the cage. It's actually pretty comfortable, to be honest. We put a couch in there. It's spacious.
Can I just like? Oh no, that's bad AS. Bad Foley work. I wanted to do the like cup along the bars, and so I just ran my knuckle up on my cup, and it didn't work.
The worst.
Okay. This is a podcast in which Theo and I present segments each week. Some are new, some are reoccurring. This one is reoccurring. It's on a subject that we all love talking about.
Is it the Snyderverse? Oh, okay.
No. This is Will's stupid thought. My stupid thought. I feel like people get to a certain age and they will stay at that age in their head.
Yep. I think it happens in your 20s. I think it's happening to us.
That we're going to stay at this time. What have what age do you think you're going to be in your head for the rest of your life?
Oh, I already, like, when people are like, how old are you? I'm like 24, which is just a lie. I'm
Me
not
too.
24. I'm 25, and I'm going to be 26 soon.
I'm already 26.
Yeah, so like I think it slows down.
I'm
I mean,
old.
like just not that much happens. Another interesting part is people's music taste solidifies like end of high school, early college. Like I look at the music that I still consistently listen to. Yeah, it's like straight from when I was in high school.
I think there's a person that like a family friend that is, everybody knows, and my parents have said this to me explicitly. He still thinks he's 18.
Yeah.
And he has 2 children.
Yeah. Oh God.
Like, and he's just one of those guys that's like, hey, how's it going? Kind of dude. And it's like, I don't think I want to be that guy. But then again, I've now become I've never been the oldest person in a room. I've always had like older friends, or like I've been friends with my older brother's friends. So I've always been like the kid brother. Now I'm like, wait, well,
yeah, I'm the older
old.
one. Yeah,
I'm people are looking at me like I'm like wizened and so it's like I'm just a fucking idiot. Like I don't know what you want.
They're looking at you like they expect you to pull out a crystal ball that you've been carrying around for 100 years. It's been passed down from generation.
To be like, yeah, I was at Woodstock, 78. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh, I saw Jimmy. I saw Jimi Hendrix, man. I jammed with him. It was nuts, man. Like I'm just like I'm barely older than you. But I also have a beard in real life, so it's like I think that adds to the
ambiance for sure. Yeah, people definitely, that must have been part of the vibe you're getting from that take your kids to work day thing. People are like, wow, he's so old. This man has a career. This man has a 401k. Hot damn, is he got his shit together.
If there was going to be a bunch of kids, I was planning an opening bit just to get comfortable with like the raising hand thing. We're using, I think, sir, I'm not going to say the product just because we're not going to advertise for this company. But they have a raise hand feature. And so I was going to test it by saying, I have too much self-esteem. How old do you think I am? I've been feeling too good about myself, and I really want to take myself down a peg. How old do you think I am? Because I asked that at the summer camp when I was like 23, 24, when I taught there. And kids would be like, I don't know, 30. And I'm just like, what? And they're like, and I'm like, no, I'm not 30. And they're like, 31. And I'm like, don't go higher. Like, you son, like, you little,
you're like a fine wine. You've been sitting in a basement for a long time.
I think I'm gonna. That makes me feel like I'm gonna be one of those people that hits their prime in their 30s, and I'm like, because I don't think I've hit my prime. I haven't hit my prime. I don't think.
I hope I haven't hit my prime. It's so sad.
You've hit your prime.
You think
100?
I think I have hit my prime. I hit my prime when I was the people's champ. That's the facts. That's the straight facts.
You are no longer the people's champ.
Well,
you have hung up that belt.
That's
You're
TBD.
too old.
We don't know.
He doesn't got it anymore.
He's out of the game.
He's out of the game. But you know what you're in the game for? Doing a segment for me. Yeah.
I've got $1 million for you, William.
Ooh.
A juicy million. It's not just a dry million. It's a juicy million.
Ow, these bills are $1
million, but every time your phone dings and you have to keep it on non-silent. What is it? Alarm?
Okay.
They have to keep it on. There's a 1% chance that the sound that comes out is a ship foghorn at full volume. 1%. Do you take your $1 million and 100%. Walk away? You do.
100%. $1 million.
You don't
1%?
1%.
That's low.
If people find out, though, this is ripe for abuse.
Oh, people would be blowing my phone. But, okay, so is it deafening, though?
It's the sound as if you are standing next to a ship.
I think I would annoy my neighbors, but I would be so rich that I wouldn't have neighbors. Like,
you could go live on the actual ocean with $1 million.
Yeah, $1 million. Oh, okay, $1 million won't bring you that far, but it will get you far enough that people won't ask me questions.
I would love it if you were like, you went out on like a lake and you're on a canoe and you got a text and it was like,
there's like every bird and every bug just like flies.
Like, where the fuck did that come from? There's only a canoe on the lake.
In terms of bad neighbor etiquette, though,
yes,
this is bad. I don't think it's extraordinarily bad.
It's 1%. How many times do you think your 1%. Phone dings a day?
Contrasted with how many times do my neighbors upstairs fucking stomp around and like listen to TV at 2 a.m? What are they doing?
They're vacuuming at all times of the night.
And then they wake up before me. What is happening?
Yeah, people that don't sleep a lot are crazy.
But I would do it. I think it would be obnoxious, but I feel like I would become it would just become a thing. Like people would just know.
I don't know if people would just know. 1% is pretty infrequent.
I think what's the worst case scenario? I get a text.
You're at a funeral. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
Like a moment of silence for Grandpapa. Oh, sorry.
I left my phone on. Sorry.
I got what's this? I got a meme from my girlfriend. Thanks. Oh, she's sitting next to me? What the fuck?
Thanks. Yeah. This is great.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I think I could do it for $1 million. It could just become once you're rich, then you become eccentric.
Right. And your eccentricity is the fact that there's a 1% chance that you just blow out everyone's eardrums in the vicinity. That's good.
I think people would kind of allow this even if I wasn't. I think 1% is low enough that it's like kind of an event.
People are like, I can make a thing of it. Is Will gonna get any text tonight? Is anybody texting him?
It would become like in Pee-wee's Playhouse when you say the word of the day, except it's like who texted Will for the foghorn of the day.
And today's winner is
everybody
you're
in the bar
the
holds up
100th
their
caller.
Drink. Yeah, like having a great time. I think
it'd be a good drinking game. Yeah, okay.
I could make it into a fun thing. If some fucker starts texting me at night though, I would murder them in real life, and then I would get away with it because I'd be rich.
Wow.
And it would be you.
It would be me.
It would probably be you.
And they call him the Foghorn Killer.
They call me Foghorn Leghorn. Now I say, Theo.
Stop texting me.
Stop texting me. Now, Theo. I think that the Confederacy should have won.
Oh God. Yeah, we're gonna move on.
I'm immediately into racist Foghorn.
Yeah, we're gonna immediately move on from this character.
Now, I say, Yankee. Which side were you on?
Oh no, we're gonna have to take you out back. You're gonna become some chicken nuggets, Foghorn. I'm sorry to tell you.
Now I say, if you don't make me Kentucky Fried Chicken, I'm going. The South will rise again.
Oh no.
Well, from the South rising, I don't know what this transition.
Just stop on this train. I don't know what you're doing. I'm not on board with this.
He's uncomfortable with the South rising, as was the rest of the country when the Civil War happened. Rising from the depths of the South, now we are rising from the top of the internet.
Top of the internet for you.
One of the premier, I guess, websites you'd say it was on top for very hackneyed content. I'm gonna give you hints on what website. Is it
like BuzzFeed?
Yes.
All right, we're good. Yeah.
BuzzFeed, for people who don't, BuzzFeed's still a thing, but I feel like it's lessened in its power. Its heyday was probably like 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
I think Clickhole, which is by The Onion, which is just the spoof of BuzzFeed, is fantastic.
Oh, Clickhole's way more fun.
Yeah.
But BuzzFeed popularized both the quiz and the listicle.
The listicle.
So this segment is top 10 terrible listicles and why all listicles are bad. Click further to read more.
Oh no, they've gone
really
full circle.
It.
The meta.
Now this might have to be a two. I might split this between this episode and next episode because I got a lot.
Is this it's top 10 top 10s, right? So
It's really, yeah, they're different like amounts, but like I'm just going to read some that like were bad.
Okay.
Bad listicles
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
By BuzzFeed. And some of them I'm going to have to read. Some of them I just like the titles because they're just stupid as shit. And you can stop. The first one we're going to stop at because it's a fun game by itself. And it might take the entire time. Because first listicle, the 15 hardest would you rather questions you will ever be asked. You may want to sit down for this one.
Already sitting.
Thanks, Dave, BuzzFeed's staff member. Anyway. Let's plow
through these bad boys. I want to hear some of these.
I want some like real conundrums. I want some like trolley cart.
They better be like fire here. They better really make me contemplate my morality with these ones.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Would you rather be 4'5" or be 7'7"? Would you rather be short, very short?
Or very tall.
Very tall.
What is it? 7 foot?
7'7".
I mean, I got a career out of that, right? Like that's the pathway to millions. I don't get any money for being 4'5". I get a career path to the NBA for being 7'7".
Now we're starting out weak out of the
now
game.
Let's be clear here. This is
not hard.
This is not that hard.
We live in a society where it is very beneficial to be tall.
It would be inconvenient to be that tall.
Inconvenient, but it would make me career growth would be skyrocketing.
Yeah, considering there's a direct career path that earns you millions, I would just take that. That's not hard.
Yeah, it was easy. This one's a little bit harder, but it's also weird as shit. Would you rather have legs as long as your fingers or have fingers as long as your legs?
Ooh, Mr. Creepy Fingers, come on down. He's got to play the piano all over the town.
They don't say feet. They say legs. So maybe you have regular sized feet on these little chicken finger legs. Or would you have giant gargantuan fingers where you're like, hello?
I feel like you would get a TLC show about you. If you have the long fingers, it's just, you're gonna have that weirdo appeal. That's just the freak show is gonna come to you.
Prize fighter, you could kick people in the face with just like, bah, 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 with your fingers. Just
right,
like,
with your, bah, 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 right. MMA, you might have a career there.
I think it does ruin your life, like my current life more, to have fingers as long as legs.
How do you eat if you can't extend your arm far enough back to get your fingers in your mouth? You'd have to drink everything through a straw.
I think as my current career, because I type a lot, I would have to be in a different postcode to fucking type.
You've heard of the standing desk. What about the lying desk where the keyboard is all the way over there?
I think tiny legs would just be like not having legs.
Would be like having no legs, right? You'd be effectively an amputee, right?
But anyway, would you rather?
No, I'm here.
Did you have more thoughts?
All good.
Okay. Would you rather be able to run at 100 miles per hour or fly at 10 miles per hour?
That's easy. Run at 100. Run what? Yeah, what are you talking about? Run at 100 miles an hour? Are you kidding me?
I think their argument would be like, well, you go the way the crow flies. If I'm going 100 miles per hour, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Also, I don't have to go on roads. It's running. Like, I can go off road. I guess your one argument could be that I could fly over like water where I couldn't run, but at the point at which I'm flying 10 miles an hour over an ocean, I'm going nowhere fast.
Yeah.
Like I'm taking a vacation to Europe and it's taking me 40 days to get there, and afterwards I'll have to come right back because I'll have used all my paid time off.
You need a lot of dry graham crackers to get yourself over the fucking ocean.
This flying machine is powered by honey graham.
You just feel like, nah. But if you're running on 100 miles per hour.
100 miles an hour. That's nutty.
Have you been in a car that's going 100 miles per hour? That's terrifying.
My real question is, how fast do you get tired? Is it like a dead-ass sprint? Like, can I only run at 100 miles an hour for as long as I can sprint? Because that's not that far.
Do we have the speed force like the Flash so that we can actually go? Or am I going to go, vroom, and just be like,
And another question is, if my max speed is 100 miles an hour, does that mean I can jog at like 40? Because that's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's no doubt. This is another not hard one.
This is another not hard one at all. Yeah.
Okay, this one, most of them have been connected. Like, A to B, these are pretty connected. Would you rather sweat Mayo?
Okay, we've gone right off the deep end with this one.
Yep.
All right. All right.
Have to poop a softball.
What are you talking about? Of course. No, I value my integrity downstairs too much. I'm sweating that Mayo, baby.
Really?
I'm sweating.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? That's like a useful byproduct.
Well, you're gonna sell your Mayo.
I don't have to eat it, but I could sell it.
You could sell it. You just
I could be the Mayo
sweat.
guy. You open up my fridge, bottles of Mayo. People are like, "What's the deal?" I'm like, "I really like Mayo. Do you want some?" I start laughing when they start eating it. Easy peasy.
Oh. No, okay. So I'm going to, based on the language, have to poop a softball. I think I could. It's only once.
You never recover, Will.
I would never recover.
I
would probably never.
It's like a loose flap down there now.
Okay, we don't need to talk about my loose butthole now. Okay, this one is. I kind of adore this one because I think it's going to create a little bit of discussion at least.
Here we go.
Would you rather talk like Jar Jar Binks, and then in parentheses, you are not allowed to kill yourself?
That's dark.
Or
okay.
look like Jar Jar Binks, and then after, also in parentheses, you are not allowed to kill yourself.
I hope that the world would come to love me for me.
Yeah. Okay. This one, I do think this is another easy one, but I want to know what you think.
Would you rather talk like Jar Jar Binks? I look like a normal ass person.
Misa talk like Jar Jar Binks.
Misa no look like Jar Jar.
Because that's like, it's a fun. He talks a little bit weird. People can handle that. If I look like Jar Jar Binks, are you fucking kidding me?
People exist
with
in this
my
world.
Big ears?
I would learn sign language as a backup. You know, like people exist in this world without voice. It's possible. You can't operate in the society looking like Jar Jar Binks. All right.
Yeah. And let's just for the briefest moment, we're gonna go to a dark place. We're gonna go there, and then we're gonna come back to life because this fucking question brought us to the dark place. You can't
kill yourself. They already laid that out.
No, but imagine talking like Jar Jar Binks or something, and going, "Misa can't live in this world no moresies."
Oh no!
And then holding a gun to your head, and then you pull the trigger, and nothing happens, and then there's just like Mr. Buzzfeed, and he goes, "You know the rules.
You know the rules."
No, Misa.
Oof.
Yeah. So
still rather that than looking like Jar Jar. That's all I'm saying.
Here's the easiest fucking question of your life. Would you rather have a dragon or be a dragon?
Well, I don't know if is the dragon obedient?
You could read. I don't know. You just have
this is pretty okay. If the dragon is obedient, I'd rather have the dragon. Although if you are a dragon, you're going to get hunted and killed. The military is not just going to sit around while the dragon exists. Either way, the dragon's going to die.
I didn't think about the obedience thing. I just kind of presumed that it was. I was like, have a dragon. Would you rather be hunted and be able to
hunted and killed
your gold, like you, and you're sitting on a big pile of money, and you're like, or would you rather have a best friend who's a big dragon, and then you like have adventures with them? Oh, I think I'm gonna have a dragon.
Would you rather, best case scenario, end up in a zoo, worst case scenario, die, or have a friend that's a dragon?
I'm gonna just like I'm gonna have a dragon.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a dragon.
I don't think there's a best case scenario. My life is ruined if I'm a dragon.
Yes.
I die if I have a dragon. That's fine.
Would you rather have me become a dragon or you become a dragon?
Well, you, because I don't want to be a dragon.
Yeah, I want you to be. Although you wouldn't be obedient. You wouldn't listen to the goddamn thing I would have to say.
I don't listen to you now. If I had the power of a dragon,
I'd be like, Will, let's fly to Europe and have a great time. And you'd be like,
I was gonna just like sit around and I'm still playing Red Dead Redemption 2. Actually,
I gotta knock God of War off my backlist.
So I can't even. Can you get a big controller? I know people make like coffee tables that look like Switches. Can I get one of those?
You know what? I take it back. I'd rather be a dragon so I can fucking fry your ass.
Okay. Okay. This one's actually a little bit tough. Would you rather be sexually attracted to fruit,
Okay.
or have Cheetos dust permanently stuck on your fingers.
Oh no, sexually attracted to fruit. Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna go sexually attracted to fruit myself.
I gotta say,
it doesn't say you need to be out and proud about your attraction.
I'm gonna be honest with you right here. This is a weird thing.
Is this gonna be a confession?
No, I mean it's mild confession. I'll usually wash my hands before I play video games. Don't like getting griminess on my controllers.
That's fair. I also don't like getting stuff on my. I don't think if I had Cheeto dust, absolutely am washing my hands. That's the worst.
If you have it on your fingers, then you have to acknowledge that it's all in your bed and you are now sleeping in Cheetos dust, and then it's just everywhere.
Not saying I would do a crime, but if I did, I think I'm numero uno on that suspect list. We have your fingerprints. Yeah, that doesn't prove anything. It's Cheeto dust fingerprints. Ow!
Damn. Is it flavor blasted? Damn.
Listen, Chester Cheetah, because I would change my name to Chester Cheetah at that point. You're going to jail.
We knows you. We caught you Cheeto-handed.
Would you rather never have to worry about money or live in a world with Pokemon? Those
what?
Are not connected. Those
that's not A to B. That's
never have to worry about money. It's not like
I would never worry about money. Like that's an easy choice. We talked about how frightening Pokemon are. I would pay to not live in that world.
Here's a way better question. Would you rather live in the world of Harry Potter or live in the world of Pokemon? Way better, way simpler, actually connects.
Am I a muggle in the world of Harry Potter, or am I in the know?
I'm going to say that you're in the know.
Okay. So I'm a wizard.
You're a wizard. In the Pokemon world, you would be a Pokemon trainer. The most fun job of them all in the Pokemon world. You weren't Nurse Joy. Just like, I'll hear you, your fucking Pokemon. Okay.
If I'm a Pokemon trainer, I have to leave home at 10 years old, which is...
Yeah.
Well, either way, I have to leave home at 10 years old. Wow.
No matter what, you don't have a normal childhood.
I think I go Harry Potter. It's pretty sick.
I think I go Harry Potter too.
I mean, what is your life as a Pokemon trainer? You're dedicating yourself to training and fighting Pokemon. Like, at least my career options as a wizard are still wide open. I haven't been decided yet.
It would be like having the best pets because they would love you and also fight for you. That's great.
But everybody else is just doing that too. You know, it's just the whole thing. I'd rather have magic
in Harry. But yeah, would you rather be the best racquetball player in the world?
So be totally unknown and obscure.
Okay. This is the worst one. Or find $65 on the street. They have set the value of being the best racquetball player in the world at $65. How do you bid?
They just fucking roasted all of racquetball with one. And whoever wrote this list has a grudge against someone who plays racquetball.
Racquetball. Oh my
god. I think that being the best racquetball player in the world is probably worth a little bit more worth than $65.
You know who plays racquetball? Rich people. You know who you can just fucking
you can swindle rich people for a living.
Do it once for $65 and you win. Are you fucking kidding? $65 on the street, so it's dirty money.
Oh my god.
All right, our next one is: would you rather speak any language fluently or be able to talk to animals?
Oh, talk to animals is much more unique. I feel like
they didn't put a lot of work into this.
You can learn a language, but you can't learn talking to animals, I don't feel like.
You're going to go animals. Okay.
I mean, I could. That doesn't prohibit me from learning another language.
It doesn't, but it's also like, in my mind, what are animals going to tell me other than food?
But you can talk back to them and they can understand you.
I can go, I love you, and my cat will finally go like, what? Nani? I hate you, though. I'll be like, oh.
I begrudgingly accept your presence.
You know what? You've convinced me. I would say talk to animals, too. Yeah. I was going to say fluently in any language, but it's never come up. Like, I don't know any languages other than
I mean, it would be cool, and you could travel a lot, and I still think you can travel a lot. But talking to animals is a straight up superpower.
Another thing that you can make, I think, a better career out of than just being like the UN language translator.
What was that old Nickelodeon show about the Australian family?
Oh,
and Nigel. What's
the Wild
Thornberries talking to animals?
Yes, Nigel Thornberry. Did you know he was voiced by Tim Curry?
Fantastic.
Okay, well this one's a little naughty and also fucking gross. I don't like it. It's not a great question, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Would you rather not have sex with a goat and have everyone think you had sex with a goat, or have sex with a goat but no one will ever find out? See, it's nasty.
It's nasty.
It's nasty. I'm gonna. It's bad because it implicates. No matter what you do,
damned
it's bad.
You do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, we're skipping it. I don't want to answer.
They're both bad.
They're both bad. Would you rather only be able to whisper or only be able to shout?
I feel like you're gonna get farther in life if you can only shout. At least people can hear what you gotta say. You gotta voice your opinions.
Okay, but here's the thing. It really would change your personality, because if you're shouting, then you could be an umpire. You could just be any father figure. You could really just kind of be. You
could be a businessman.
Yeah,
you could be angry business.
You could be on the stock market.
You could be you could be a chef. You could be.
If you can only whisper, then you must be some kind of. I don't know, sex offender or mastermind.
You've got some. If you're only whispering, you have something to hide, or else you'd come out and say it. All right, you got something to hide.
Theo's coming out strong with. If you have opinions, you either gotta yell them or don't say them.
Or you're whispering.
Or I'm gonna assume that you're some kind of sex pervert.
Yes.
If you're whispering in my ear, just like, what did you think
sex
about?
Pervert. See, you're being weird.
In the Winter Soldier.
Oh God, I want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Would you rather eat a pine cone or
be
a pine cone?
Oh no, I'd rather eat the pine cone.
Oh, absolutely, because they don't say you have to eat it whole. You take bits and pieces off of it. You don't have to fully like a poop. You can't poop out a thing that is solid.
Is if you eat the pine cone. You are pooping the pine cone.
You're
electing both.
You're doing both, but it's going to be in pieces. It's going to be better. You're not like a whole thing, like a whole ass pine cone.
It's possibly the worst shape to come out of that region.
Other than a softball, yes.
Nature has really figured that one out as, hey, don't eat this shit.
Now my favorite question of all time. Would you rather change gender every time you sneeze? I've heard that asked. Or not be able to tell the difference between a muffin and a baby. Man, that is a handsome muffin you got there. When you talk about my baby, oh shit.
Who put all these babies in the glass case? What's wrong with you?
Man, I went into a bakery and they just they yelled at me when I bought a bunch of muffins. Sir,
you can't do that here. That's
you
not
went
allowed.
into a daycare.
Ma'am,
that is the most ridiculous thing.
That is a handsome baby you have.
Oh, they're like taking a bite of it, and you're like, ma'am.
I feel like you could figure it out through context clues, right?
Right. In what world would you take? I mean, the muffin baby thing, I think, is so circumstantial that it's basic. Like, it would be weird, but it's also like, man, that is one lumpy baby. You got some? Is that a blueberry baby?
Is that a blueberry baby? No, that's the mixed.
That's a muffin.
That's a walnut baby.
Don't put those babies in the oven. They're muffins. What are you talking about?
I like the idea of this a lot, but I really think you could figure it out based on context.
This is the most unconnected. This is the first one is change gender every time you sneeze. Of course I'm going to take that. That's like that's like almost a superpower, but it's also interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably get a little annoyed, but it also I'd be like, ooh,
yeah, I would
like,
take that
change
one.
my entire
I would take
life.
the first one all the way as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
can I interest you in some muffin babies?
Not even like, oh, a puppy and a baby, or like a muffin and a cupcake. It's like a fucking a muffin and a baby.
Oh my
fucking
God.
stupid. Anyway, this is why it's going to be a two-parter, because we didn't even, that was only one.
That was only one. Oh my God.
So let's go to your next segment
of content. I have for you an in the news that I learned about earlier today.
Ooh.
This is an in the news from a website called The Straits Times. And
the Straits, as it was formed in opposition of the Gay Times
or the Curvy Times, the Parallel Times. The article title is "Russian Man Trapped on Chinese Reality TV Show Finally Voted Out."
What? How have I gotten here? Help me, vote me off, please. They kidnapped me.
I'm going to read you, I'm going to give you some details on this. The reality TV ordeal of a Russian who joined a Chinese boy band show by accident and made it out to the final, despite urging fans to vote him off, has finally ended after nearly 3 months. Are you fucking kidding me?
Are you fucking 3 months?
So he joined the show by accident, and the whole goal of the show is a competition to form a boy band.
Wait a second.
And he couldn't get himself voted out. He was too popular.
This is not Uber Eats. What did I order? Oh, to be on boy band. That's no good. I love that the reverse psychology where he's like, please, I have not seen my family. And they're just like, he's very like, just relatable.
God, he's very good. Mr. Vladislav Ivanov, a 27-year-old from Vladivostok, was kicked out of the Produce Camp 2021 last Saturday. I don't know what that means. Produce Camp.
Like he was not trying to. He was trying to get out, and they're just like, "You're not quitting. You're fired."
Viewers had ignored his pleas to leave and backed him all the way to the final.
If this isn't just a microcosm of China, and
Mr. Ivanov, who speaks fluent Mandarin. Hey, buddy, if you got yourself into this mess, it's maybe time to admit you don't speak it as fluently as you think you do.
Yeah.
Originally joined the show as a Chinese teacher, but he said he was invited to sign on as a contestant after the directors noticed his good looks. They asked if I would like to try a new life, Mr. Ivanov said during the show.
That's not great.
That's is possibly the most creepy thing you could say to someone. Do you want to try
Especially when
life?
They whisper it to you. Would you like to try a new life, Mr. Vladislav?
He appeared to regret his decision almost immediately, but could not leave without breaching his contract.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Trapped in a contract.
His lack of enthusiasm played out in half-hearted singing, rapping, and dancing alongside the other more eager contestants.
Hey, please help me. I want out. Can you imagine being like of here.
in a like a children's TV performance band, and there's like, I'm Ben, I'm Tom, I'm Ivan, I'm Brad.
I'm Ivan, and I haven't had a hot meal in a year, in 3 months.
Performing under the stage name Lelouch, he urged the public to vote him out, saying he did not want to be among the 11 winners of the show, who are contractually obliged to form a boy band. If you win this, you have to join a boy band. You are obligated to join a boy band. That's nutty.
Is this better or worse than those shows that it's like, I got married to somebody I haven't seen, and this is a binding marriage?
If you can't back out of this because of the contractual obligations, I fear for that.
You're not like, you can back out of a marriage after a certain amount of time or get divorced.
Backing out of a
contract.
Backing out of a marriage makes for good TV. They want you to back out.
Yeah. You have a contract where, imagine Ivan, he's like on year 5 and he's like, help me. Please, like he's not even bothering.
He's like writing songs.
He's just kind of shuffling in place. Like,
quote, "Don't love me, you'll get no results," unquote, he said during one episode.
But
viewers took his dour persona and kept him in the running for nearly 3 months.
Why?
Idol training shows, a TV genre originating from South Korea that puts hundreds of aspiring young performers through rigorous boot camps and audience votes, have become massively popular in China. In this one, contestants were corralled into dorm rooms on a tropical island in China's Hainan province and had their phones confiscated for most of the season.
Oh my God.
Anyone who wanted to break their contract and leave midway through the season, which began in mid-February, had to pay a steep fine. So you either pay the show or you have to stay. While critics have questioned the transparency of the voting on idol shows, Mr. Ivanov appears to have struck a genuine chord as an anti-hero for Chinese audiences. Fans, some earnest and some ironic, dubbed him, quote, the most miserable wage slave.
That's a Chinese superhero.
And celebrate him as an icon of, quote, sang culture, a popular concept among Chinese millennials, referring to a defeatist attitude towards everyday life. Holy moly.
This is only in that. I mean,
he became an icon. He became an icon for a generation that feels trapped, and they trapped him.
He's and they're continuing to trap him. I mean, keep going. We'll
quote, don't let him quit, unquote. One viewer commented on a video of a dejected looking Mr. Ivanov performing a Russian rap. Sisters, vote for him. Let him 996. Another fan commented, using the Chinese slang for the grueling work schedule that afflicts many young employees, especially in digital startups.
Ooh.
Wow. What? The unlikely star made it to the final episode of the show on Sunday, where he failed to earn enough votes to join the boy band. Quote, I'm finally getting off work, unquote, a relieved Mr. Ivanov said on Sunday on his Weibo account. End of article. He's finally free.
He's free. They trapped him in a contract. Yes, I signed here for Grubhub. I don't understand.
Yeah, just sign here for the tip. Rip it away the clipboard. We got him, boys. Bring him in.
How handsome is he? Do they have pictures of him?
He looks like he could be in like kind of an Asian boy band. Yeah, he's got very like smooth skin. Like nice defined features. He looks like a good looking younger guy. I don't know.
I feel American reality TV shows I don't think are better. I thought about it a little bit as like my brain was present, but I also had that in the background where I'm like, I don't think it's better. They're two different cultures. They're products of their culture.
There's some. Like, it feels like there's some legal work in the U.S. you could do to be like, I'm backing out and like this is like entrapment.
Like I wasn't here, prepared.
Right? Yeah. Like I'm sure you have contractual obligations, but I don't know if they would put the fine so steep that like you literally have to keep working or else.
Yeah, I mean that also makes good TV if somebody leaves.
Right.
Of their own volition, like tries to jump a fence in The Bachelor or something.
It is very Chinese culture to be like, no, it's bad for the image if you elect to leave. No one should want to leave.
And the fact that everybody rallied around him because he's like a wage
slave. Unbelievable.
Totally different culture.
But he's finally free.
He's finally free.
Don't let him go. Oh my Lord.
Oh my.
But from being trapped in this segment,
okay,
we're going to your segment.
We are going to go to my segment.
We're going to your segment.
So Theo, I as you know, I do a segment called Amazon Erotica. And I have found now that there's not just because I would just click on top sellers erotica, like for Amazon. I would literally Google Amazon erotica and they would come up with top sellers. Little did I know, because I put so little work into they just kind of
I cannot express how little work
I put in, that there was subsections. There's like a whole page just for erotica for every genre.
You mean
so
like
there's different
fantasy
genres.
Erotica,
historical
literature erotica.
Historical I looked at a bit, and it's kind of like a little too genuine and a little too like normal.
Spank and Benji Franklin.
Now, what do you think is the top-rated science fiction erotica?
Is that something to do with? It can't be a big. It can't be like an IP. It can't be Star Wars, can it? Like you can't just be like, I'm writing Star Wars erotica and selling it on Amazon. Seems fine. I'm not going to get sued there.
I'm going to say that it is a pretty big IP. It's not Star Wars big. It is pretty big though.
Is it Star Trek?
And you will never in a million years guess it because I saw it and my brain just like was in the Scooby-Doo running in place.
All right, give it to me.
The number one top seller for science fiction erotica, Goosebumps Slappy World Series 6 books collection set.
What?
by R.L. Stein.
What? No. Are we the main characters of this whole ass universe? This is too perfect.
Slappy's World.
What?
Fucking Goosebumps. So I go through and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, like Sweet Revenge, Conspiracy, like all these different great things, all this typical stuff. And then I get to science fiction and I just see a ghost of a puppet on the cover of this book set, which book sets are pretty normal for the thing, but I was like, I'm sorry, is this Goosebumps? Why is Slappy World here? So I don't know.
Is it written by R.L. Stein?
It is by R.L. Stein.
What?
It's by R.L. Stein. I don't know why it's an erotica.
How are we just finding out about this?
It has a perfect 5-star rating.
It is apparently the elusive 5 stars.
Oh wait, no, it doesn't have a perfect. It is a 4.9. That's basically. Wow. Sorry,
Still incredible.
It just showed the 5s. Yeah, it's crazy. 87 ratings too. Crazy. But anyway, let's read.
Please, I want to hear.
Let's try. This came out on January 1st, 2020. Mm-hmm, so I don't know why it's on the top sellers of erotica.
Because it's a banger. Year after year. It's going to keep going. This is just the beginning.
Keeps going. Man, I didn't even know they were making new Goosebumps. Maybe it's just a repackage. I think it's just repackaged. But please note that the following individual books as per the blah, blah, blah. Goosebumps Slappy World Series 6 book collection set.
What is Slappy's World? What does that even mean?
Slappy is, I think, a puppet character.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think that's him. So the first one is Slappy Birthday to You.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad enough Ian Barker has to spend his 12th birthday with his sister and their 2 annoying cousins.
Oh, no, that's really young. I don't like where this is going.
This is not, I'm going to say that this is actual Goosebumps. This is not erotica.
Oh.
That's the confusing part.
Oh, how has it managed to get itself onto this list?
Okay, wait, hold on.
I thought R.L. Stein had taken a career
fucking
change and decided that, you know what, I've had about enough writing children's books. It's time to get into where the real money is. And that's
erotica on Amazon.
Yes, that's what I legitimately thought.
Oh, okay, no, it's just a collection of books about this puppet Slappy that is #1 top seller on science fiction erotica. I don't know why.
All right, this puts my mind much more at ease because
yeah, I understand. Coming from your viewpoint, hearing 12th birthday,
I was like,
is not
yikes,
great.
That's not great at all.
The 4 of them can't even hang out without getting into trouble. Vinny and Johnny always wanted to play with Ian's stuff. They take extra turns and break everything they touch. End of description. There's nothing to do with Slappy.
Where's the spook?
There's no spooky. It's just this boy having a Zoom call meeting during Corona with his 2 fucking asshole cousins.
They never share the toys.
Okay, this is called Attack of the Jack. Devin and his sister Violet are visiting their Uncle Jack for the summer. He lives in an old house by the seashore. Ooh, is that going to get into something? Jack was a sailor, and he had collected strange and fascinating items from the sea. End of description. How are this selling this?
You got to give me... Hey, I always complain about the fact that trailers these days show too much of the movie, but you got to give me something. Just something.
I need something. This is nothing. It's literally the description is a boy and sister go visit their Uncle Jack, and he has fun knickknacks from his time at sea.
It sounds like a pleasant afternoon. I don't know what to tell you.
Now it's I am Slappy's evil twin. Luke Harrison's dad makes horror movies. Perfect. Great. Goosebumps.
Okay, great setup. Beautiful.
It's very fun to be around such scary stuff, especially when you have your own monster museum at home. But when two ventriloquist dummies join the collection, things get real creepy. Real life creepy. You didn't need to say that, R.L. Stein. I don't. Slappy and Snappy can walk and talk on their own. End of. I guess this is the canon introduction of Snappy.
We need to throw in one extra line that turns it into erotica. I feel like it really needs to be turned.
It needs something.
And
then let's say Slappy's name. He likes slapping some.
Slappy's getting horny.
They like
real life horny.
They like Slappy and snapping some towels on your behind.
Nailed it.
On your big juicy peach.
Oh, your big juicy peach.
I also like that Slappy is presumably an evil doll. Why is it I am Slappy's evil twin? Wouldn't that make a good twin, or is that a double evil Slappy with like a goatee? I don't know.
You know what they say? Two evils doesn't make a
super evil? I don't know. Please do not feed the weirdo. I would never get any food if this was a real rule.
It's a little exclusionary. I don't really like the sentiment.
Yeah. Oh, come on, R.L. Stein. You're promoting bullying? Come on. Robbie and his sister Carla begged their parents to take them to the big carnival that is open on the other side of town.
Big carnival.
Gotta go to a big carnival.
Screw that other smaller carnival. We're going to the huge carnival.
When they arrive, the two kids are delighted by the rides, the sideshow, the interesting displays, and the great food booths.
You've just described a carnival.
End of the description.
They have a delightful time, win some prizes, and go home.
There's no horror. They go to a big carnival and have a great time.
End of description.
Who's the weirdo? I don't know. Oh, okay. This is a great one. Escape from Shutter Mansion. And an old-fashioned trapped in a haunted house story. Don't say the trope that you're doing, R.L. Stein. Don't say
this for children. They don't know the tropes yet.
This is a haunted house story. Twins Riley and Scarlett receive an interesting assignment from their teacher, Mrs. Sturman. How much you want to bet that
she did it?
Stinger at the end. Yeah, she's bad.
Pull off the mask. Scooby-Doo shit's her. Yeah.
They get us interesting assignment from the teacher, Mrs. Sturman. Everyone in class needs to do a documentary video about an adventure. End of description. They're just doing schoolwork.
It has nothing to do with the Shutter Mansion. That was the big red herring. That it was gonna be spooky, but actually it's just a story about how you should do your homework.
It was just doing a documentary. What if they do like a whole like Ken Burns is like, and then the people now I'll say
no, we can't go back to that.
Ken Burns Civil War. Okay, and then the last one, the ghost of Slappy. Slappy's back as a ghost, and this time he's a fucking.
Care to
puppet.
Explain?
And this time, the only thing readers will play is hide and go shriek. This brand new Goosebumps arc, a fucking arc. He's having a fucking narrative arc. Is narrated by the most iconic and evil character of the series, Slappy. 5 out of 8. It just has 5 out of 8.
5 out of 8.
Is that the rating? I don't know.
What do you mean 5 out of 8? Who rates things out of 8?
I don't know. It just says 5 out of 8. There's not even 8 books. There's 6. I don't. So what the fuck is happening? So that's the welcome. That's the end of Amazon Erotica.
Oh my god. Well.
And that's the end of the podcast.
The end of this podcast is going to be narrated by the most evil character on our podcast. Me.
Now I say.
Oh no.
Okay, no, we'll do. You could do. Do you want to actually do? You want to do the outro? I'm feeling a little bit sleepy after all these laughs and
I'm
goofs.
gonna butcher it. Are you ready?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to Segment City.
You already fucked it up.
I already fucked it up. We appreciate you stopping by. We hope that you'll join us again next week, where you can find us on all of the podcast services: Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, things like that.
Yep.
You can send us a email message if you care to suggest a segment or want to give us some feedback. It's segmentcitypodcast@gmail.com. You can tweet at us at Segment City.
Yeah.
You can leave us a rating and review on your podcast service of choice. Please do. It helps out. We like the feedback. And this
I
week,
give a big thank you to Rachel Robinson.
Yes,
I already did it. Rachel Robinson, she's best. I don't even have to hesitate. I don't even make it a bit because Rachel Robinson deserves it. She deserves the praise. I think that she's Slappy's double evil twin that makes her good.
Yeah, she's going double negative evil.
Yeah,
and she's coming out the other side looking.
She's good.
Looking like a muffin. You know, pure as a muffin.
Just looks like a. Are you saying she looks like a baby or a muffin?
I don't know.
Did you take the money, or was it even money? It was. Would you rather?
Well, that's it for us this time. I'm gonna go eat a baby. I'll catch you guys next time.